May I please request the bailiff, Mr. Emiliano Alan L. Coscolvela, to proceed to your designated area. The Clerk of Court en banc of the Supreme Court, Attorney Marife M. Lumibao Cuevas, will now officially open the oath-taking and roll-signing ceremonies.
Good morning, successful bar examinees and guests. May we please request everyone to please settle down. We shall now begin the oath-taking and roll-signing ceremonies.
All please rise. The Honorable, the Chief Justice of the Republic of the Philippines, the Senior Associate Justice, and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having business before the Honorable Supreme Court of the Philippines shall give their attention, for the court is now in session.
Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, followed by the Supreme Court hymn to be led by the Supreme Court Choir.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, halab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiging, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong mugaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw na kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng buwan, aking pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Behold the guardians of our rights, enrobed in majesty and light, uphold the fundamental law. From this writ all their judgments flow. Supreme Court, with vision set on history. Their mission leaves a legacy. For their honor, their faith, their names, the nation will all acclaim. Justice and equity for all, for love, truth, and fairness reign their hall. There stands the court of last resort, forever Supreme Court, with vision set on history. Their mission leaves a legacy. For their honor, their faith, their names, the nation will all acclaim. For their honor, their faith, their names, the nation will all acclaim.
Please remain standing for the invocation to be led by the Honorable Associate Justice Maria Filomena D. Singh.
Our Almighty God, on this day of dedication and avowal, we gather and invoke your holy presence with reverence, humility, and hearts full of gratitude. We thank you, O Lord, for your faithful guidance of our new lawyers as they journeyed the arduous path of law studies, for the strength you gave them, especially when they were ready to give up on themselves and their dreams, for your light that gave them direction in their darkest hours, dispelling all doubt that they had it in them to succeed, and for the incomparable grace you have bestowed on them in passing the bar examinations, rewarding their labor and sacrifices. We thank you for the blessings you have bestowed upon the Philippine Supreme Court, for giving us a leader in Chief Justice Alexander G. Hesmundo, who has served with the wisdom of Solomon, the patience of Job, and the vision of David. We thank you for the members of the Supreme Court and Bank, for their readiness to make this experience truly transformative for all the examinees and ultimately our legal system. We thank you for all the officials and members of the 2025 Bar Examinations Committee, most especially the Bar Chairperson, Justice Ami C. Lazaro Javier, who was the visible representation of your Holy Mother through her maternal concern, kindness, and generosity. We thank you for the policies that promoted integrity and honesty, for the processes that ensured transparency and convenience, and for the people who labored quietly and faithfully, the bar examiners, supervisors, proctors, ushers, security personnel, maintenance staff, medical personnel, and all our volunteers and partners in service, who did all the hard work with compassion, sensitivity, and equanimity. O Lord, with grateful hearts, we lift up to you the parents, families, loved ones, friends, mentors, and professors, the law school support communities, who stood as silent yet steadfast pillars of strength and courage for our new lawyers. May you protect and bless them for the sacrifices they have made. Often unseen, often unspoken, but by your grace, never forgotten. Today we honor their love, patience, and faith. In the midst of such great joy, O Lord, we cannot forget our sisters and brothers who did not reach this milestone today. We entrust them to your caring hand. May you embrace them in their disappointment, wipe away their tears, and remind them that their worth is not defined by a single test, but by their perseverance, courage, and faith. Grant them renewed purpose and inspiration, and tomorrow's promise of a new beginning and a fresh start. Teach all of us, O Lord, to be instruments of your compassion and understanding, ever ready to lift each other up and to extend help with open hands and generous hearts. For the new lawyers who will take their oath today, we pray, O God, for intelligence to always be tempered by humility, for brilliance to be directed by purpose and responsibility, and for the privilege to be exercised always with accountability. May they be lawyers of integrity, defenders of the truth, courageous against injustice, and compassionate towards human frailty. In the face of dishonesty, greed, and corruption, grant them clarity of mind and strength of resolve. Teach them always to choose what is right and just, even when no one is watching, even when it is difficult, even when it comes at the greatest of cost, realizing that in doing what is right, they protect not only themselves, but the honor of their profession, the trust of their people, the majesty of the law, and your holy name. May they apply the law not as an instrument of abuse and oppression, but as a tool of justice and compassion, not for personal gain, but to give a voice to the voiceless, a face to the faceless, a name to the nameless. Grant them a deep reverence for the oath they will take and the constant awareness that they are not merely professionals, but officers of the court, servants of the law, and stewards of justice for the Filipino people. To you, O Lord, we entrust their vocation, their future, and their lives. May their work pave a path toward peace, progress, and hope for our people and our country. This we pray in all humility, gratitude, and trust, in accordance with your most holy will. Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam.
Thank you, Justice Singh. Please be seated.
Madam Clerk of Court, please call the matter before us.
Good morning, Your Honors, inductees, and distinguished guests. Called for today's special en banc session is Bar Matter number 5079, Re, the oath-taking and roll-signing ceremonies of the successful 2025 bar examinees. With the permission of the Honorable Court, to deliver her address to the incoming lawyers and to petition the court for admission to the bar of the successful 2025 bar examinees, let us all welcome the chairperson of the 2025 bar examinations, our beloved bar mom, the Honorable Associate Justice Amy C. Lazaro Javier.
Magandang umaga mga kaibigan. Chief Justice Alexander Jasmundo, Senior Associate Justice Marvic Mario Victor Leonen, Associate Justice Alfredo Benjamin Cagiwa, Associate Justice Ramon Paul Hernando, Associate Justice Henry John Paul Inting, Associate Justice Rodil Zalameda, the 2026 Bar Chairperson, Associate Justice Samuel Garlan, Associate Justice Ricardo Rosario, Associate Justice Josep Lopez, Associate Justice Japar Di Maampaw, Associate Justice Jose Maidas Marquez, Associate Justice Antonio Co. Jr., Associate Justice Maria Filomena Singh, and Associate Justice Raul Villanueva. Honored guests, Senator Panfilo Lacson Jr. and his wife, Mrs. Alice Lacson, Acting Secretary of Justice Frederick Vida, Representative Romero Kimbo and his wife, Stella Luz Alabastro Kimbo, Representative Jerville Jinky Luistro and her husband, Mayor Noel Luistro, Retired Chief Justice Teresita Leonardo de Castro, the Honorable Solicitor General Darlene Berberabe, Retired Senior Associate Justice Estela Perlas Bernabe, and her husband, Attorney Ricardo Bernabe Jr., Presiding Justice Belen Ringpis Liban of the Court of Tax Appeals, Retired Presiding Justice Roman G. Del Rosario, also from the Court of Tax Appeals, Judge Pia Bersamin Embuscado, President of the Philippine Judges Association, Judge Jaland Pormentilla, President of the Metropolitan Trial Courts Judges Association of the Philippines, the honorable incumbent and retired members and officials of the judiciary here with us today, the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, led by its president, Attorney Alan Panolong, the Legal Education Board, LEB, led by its chairperson, Attorney Jason Barlis, the Philippine Association of Law Schools, or PALS, led by President Dean Chodoro Pastrana, the brilliant examiners of the 2025 bar examinations, esteemed law school deans, Dr. Albert Domingo, President of the New Era University, and the distinguished members of the New Era University Board of Trustees, the hardworking and ever-supportive officials and employees of the Supreme Court here present to assist us today, members of the 2025 Bar Chairperson's Office, my constant pillar of support, and the progressive man that has stood beside me for 43 years and counting, my beloved husband, your bar dad, Attorney Rolando Javier. Thank you. The supportive members and officers of the Supreme Court Ladies Circle. And of course, the reason we are all gathered here today at the Philippine Arena, the 5,572 successful examinees of the 2025 bar examinations. There are 22 others who could not make it today. The very, very important persons in your lives, their families, your friends, your loved ones, and your significant others. Muli, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. This is a formal proceeding of the court. To maintain the solemnity of this proceeding, although I would like to dearly call you my bar babies again and again, I will desist from doing so, at least for now. So henceforth, I will refer to you as the honorees, because in truth, you are the reason we are all here today, to honor you. It felt like a lifetime ago since the very first time I reached out to you through Bar Bulletin number 1, inviting you to take on the challenge of the 2025 Bar examinations. Many answered, persevered, and forged onward, even in the face of the insurmountable. Your presence today is the living testament that the insurmountable was not insurmountable at all. What felt like a life and death situation was but a difficult moment, one of the many in our lives that once conquered would change our lives forever. And so here we are, all 5,572 of you, the brave souls who exemplified unparalleled resilience, grit, faith, and determination. These successful examinees of the 2025 Bar examinations, please accept my most jubilant congratulations. Friends, families, and guests, let's give our honorees a loud round of applause. Now, I ask our honorees, look to your left. Where is your left? Look to your right. And for those with a third guess, look way up there at the upper box. This day is as much a celebration of you as it is, if not more, of these people with you today. You know, today is a historical day. It is the first time in the history of oath-taking ceremonies that the inductees and their families, friends, and loved ones were allowed to sit beside each other, all together in one venue. And the very reason we had to book the biggest venue ever, the Philippine Arena, for your oath-taking ceremony today. This was the idea of our beloved Chief Justice Alexander Jesmundo, an idea which every other member of the court, including yours truly, wholeheartedly and instantly embraced. Because we did recognize that it was through the quiet sacrifices, the fervent prayers, and the love and support of the village that raised you, which made today's victory possible. We also celebrate them today. They deserve a louder round of applause from each one of us here. Your oath-taking today in the year 2026, in the biggest venue in the land, with your loved ones beside you, will also stand with you as witnesses. When you make your oath, when you take your oath rather, becomes even more historic and meaningful. Because this year marks the 125th year founding anniversary of the Supreme Court of the Philippines. As witnesses to your oath, your loved ones shall serve as extensions of the court in reminding you of the oath you will take today and your obligation to faithfully adhere to the code of professional responsibility and accountability. To make this occasion more special, the court has prepared simple tokens for each one of you, which will be given out during the roll signing. These are not simply material things, but symbols of the court's best wishes and joyful welcome to you, our beloved honorees. For all these meaningful and transformative shifts, coinciding with our 125th year anniversary, we are grateful to Honorable Chief Justice Jesmundo and the court. I hope that as you enjoy the close presence of your families and loved ones, today you also appreciate and feel the love of the Chief Justice and your Supreme Court. Finally, we would not all be here today were it not for the guidance, providence, and mercy of our Lord Almighty, and all the angels and saints, and the community that prayed for us. Throughout this journey, my team and I have witnessed so many miracles that cannot be attributed to anyone or anything but the Lord's perfect work. I am sure you too have your own share of similar accounts. So take time today, say a simple prayer of gratitude and devotion to Him, who has generously granted your prayers and made your dream come true. Now, let me ask you, beloved honorees, kumusta naman kayong lahat? Walang sumasagot. Okay. You know, I only ask because I was so worried after the release of the results when I was shown this video of one of you who, after seeing his name on the list of successful examinees, immediately passed out. Though I was so relieved to see that he was gone for only a few seconds before he rejoined the living to be with us today. We celebrate you. His is only one of the many stories that made me either laugh or cry, or sometimes laugh and cry at the same time. From those who told stories of undying resolve after taking the bar examinations 11 times and finally prevailing, to those who passed the bar together with their spouses and colleagues, and those who had been in their father's bar operations 20 years ago, only to pass together with him in this year's bar examinations. And the brave, pregnant bar taker, who is also present today to take her oath. She was due to give birth to her first baby anytime, either during the bar exams or soon thereafter. but managed to finish the bar exams by God's grace and with absolute cooperation from her baby. She only gave birth 3 days after the last day of the bar exams. I salute you, brave souls. Kudos to all of you. Again, you have made me the proudest bar mom ever. From my interactions with you during the bar exams day, I learned that some of you found the courage to go all through 3 days of the bar exams after hearing my humble words of encouragement. Because of this, I felt that it is my duty for the last time to say a few more words before you officially get emancipated from my custody. Last year, when I delivered a message during the oath-taking, I imparted to the 2024 successful bar examinees 10 nuggets of wisdom that I learned in my more than 40 years in the legal profession. I had hoped that in their long careers as members of the bar, my words would grant them clarity and comfort during the difficult crossroads ahead of them. Today, I will not repeat those 10 nuggets of wisdom. Instead, I came up with a new set called 10 Nuggets of Wisdom version 2.0. Iisa lang ang bilin na gusto kong dalhin ninyo. Bago ang lahat, piliin ninyong maging mabubuting tao. For only good persons can make good lawyers. As Justice Kagiwa once said, in the end, the law will only be as good as the good in the hearts and minds of the people that make, interpret, and implement it. It will only be as good as the people that fight for it and die for it. So, if we want to be good lawyers, let us always choose to be good. Let us always be good. We must reject the idea that our newly acquired title has made us special. Lawyers are not special. To borrow the words of Justice Rosario, as servants of the law, you must keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, for it is then that you will get to enjoy the profession more and appreciate the legal system better and find your work more rewarding. Matuto tayong lumingon sa ating pinanggalingan. Waves of change are sure to come soon as we assume the responsibilities of full-fledged lawyers. Sometimes it will feel like all we can do is try to stay afloat. On those days, it is easy to forget the why we chose to become lawyers, why we were able to get this far. It is easy to forget our families and loved ones as we try to keep up with our workload. If ever we find ourselves in this situation in the future, please let us pause and reflect. Work will always be around, but our family, friends, and loved ones will not be there forever. So let us cherish the precious time we have together and remember that we all owe them, these people who have been there with us since day one. By taking the lawyer's oath in a few minutes, you are committing to a way of life. You will officially bear a title that carries a lifetime of keeping true to the high standards of our profession. One of these standards is being cognizant of your conduct, both in person and online. For from now on, you will be representing not just yourselves, but the legal profession, 24/7, no holidays, no day offs. So be responsible in your use of social media. As officers of the court, we also enjoy public trust, a duty and a privilege for which the Constitution exacts precise standards, one of which is to lead modest lives. I tell you, simplicity is more elegant and admirable than loud luxury. More important is what we espouse and advocate for as members of the bar in terms of commitment, service, hard work, dedication, integrity, and principles. As lawyers, we are the protectors of people's rights and dignities. And like what Justice Villanueva solemnly swore during his first public address as a member of the court, aim to serve genuine service and justice without fear, favor, discrimination, or preference. I tell you, the court does not look kindly upon those who have disregarded the exacting standards under the CIPRA, especially on the use of social media. In one case, Justice Inting reminded not only lawyers but also members of the judiciary to be mindful of what they communicate in social networking sites, regardless whether it is a personal matter or involves professional functions, because such content creates and contributes to the public's perception of the institution we are essentially part of. As lawyers in the digital age, we are also fortunate to have at our disposal so many tools intended to make work easier for us. But let us not be carried away. These tools are only meant to aid. They are never meant to replace human logic, critical thinking, or our own analysis and conclusions. Hard work and honesty must still be the principles we live by, especially in the advent of artificial intelligence. We must never be tempted to cheat our way through our tasks. We must always choose to use these tools ethically. For as Justice Garland once sagely said, divorced from ethics, legal excellence is worthless. Instead, live by the relationship between lawyers and AI that Justice Marquez aptly described. Artificial intelligence is not and must never be the arbiter of human rights, freedoms, or dignity. AI may support justice, but it must never substitute human judgments. So for those saying that AI will soon replace lawyers, that is not true. The legal profession remains and will always be essentially and deeply a human endeavor. Dear honorees, there is no doubt that the great feat of passing the bar is worthy of celebration. For you and your loved ones have poured blood, sweat, and tears into fulfilling this dream. But make no mistake, to repeat, being called attorney does not put us above anyone else. It does not give us the license to be entitled. Rather, it is a privilege to serve the Filipino people. Indeed, no words ring truer as regards the legal profession as those of Chief Justice Jesmundo, who eloquently said, "If there is anything I would like you to remember, it is that a life in law is above all else a life of service. It is a life dedicated not to the pursuit of personal success, but to providing succor to those who need it the most." To quote the esteemed Associate Justice Josep Lopez, "As lawyers, you will be empowered with knowledge and authority, but your true power lies in how you use it to lift others." Dear honorees, now that you have proven yourselves fit to enter the legal profession, you must devote the rest of your days proving yourselves worthy to stay in it. Lawyers are like frontline soldiers in the battlefield, according to Justice Di Maampao. As the first line of defense, lawyers must fight mightily, even sacrificially, in the protection of rights and defense of the law. This is also why I intentionally included one question on the Strategic Plan for Judicial Innovations 2022 to 2027, or the SPJI, in its subject of the bar exams. The goal was to raise awareness among you, our soon-to-be brethren. As officers of the court, we must always align our actions with the four guiding principles and expected outcomes of SPJI, for we are part of the judiciary's journey toward innovation, accessibility, and efficiency. During the oath-taking of the successful examinees of the 2025 Sharia bar examinations, Justice Ko Jr. perfectly captured the lofty goals of the SPJI. He said, "We do not innovate for the sake of innovation. We do not regionalize for the sake of convenience. We do not digitalize for the sake of efficiency. We do all this because we are committed to building a judiciary where no Filipino is ever left behind, where the rule of law is imbued with compassion. As such, legal knowledge is not enough. Your legal practice must be imbued with kindness. Always choose to be kind. As Justice Hernando reminds us, you may have great level of legal knowledge, but without a greater level of emotional intelligence, you will never be able to forge the trust with the people that you will serve. We will never know how our existence affects the grand scheme of things, but what we do know is how our words and actions affect those around us. So let us choose to say kind words, even to those who are unkind to us. Let us be the light where there is darkness, For even a small flame can brighten the life of a person living in darkness. As for the kindness that you receive from others, replant and resow the seed. Do not let this kindness stop with you. Pay it forward. Ease the people's suffering. As Senior Associate Justice Leonen consistently exhorts, being a lawyer or a public servant in this country requires that we serve to reduce the suffering of our people. Let each of your actions align with your calling to make justice accessible to the people. After all, as what Justice Alameda declares, true justice will only be realized when the oppressed, marginalized, and vulnerable sectors of our society do not find it elusive. Live with a grateful heart. In a life filled with troubles and challenges, we must find something to keep us going. And even when it is easy to just be pessimistic and let the problems drown us, resist. Start noticing the good in each day, no matter how small. A random act of kindness, a roof over our head, having an umbrella on a rainy day. Once we start counting our blessings, we will soon realize that life is worth living. In the same light, let us learn to forgive. It is normal to get hurt when someone has wronged us, but let us not harbor any grudge, not for too long anyway. Let us learn to let go. I assure you, life would be much easier to live without the heartache. But let us not just forget the lesson that comes with the heartache. Let us protect our peace. As they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Let us walk away from the people who have consistently hurt us. Let us not be complicit in our own suffering. I do not mean that we should seek revenge, but we must learn when to choose ourselves. Forgive, learn, and walk away. The harder it is to forgive, the more we should do it. For if we do, the Lord will surely give us great blessings. And if we or any of our loved ones in the future shall need that kind of forgiveness, we shall have already earned it. Today marks the end of a chapter inasmuch as it marks new beginnings. Once again, you find yourselves before a journey with its own set of challenges. It will be difficult, but I want you to remember you have already been through so much. After having gone through the physical and mental challenges of the last few months, nay years, there is nothing more in life that you cannot surpass, that you cannot handle with grace. Sapagkat hindi madali ang bar, hindi madali ang law school, hindi madali maghintay ng bar results. So, in the face of future challenges, do not cower. Do not lose heart. Remember this journey and remember those who took this journey with you. Their stories of inspiration. how they never said die, and how they viewed setbacks as a mere pause to success. As Justice Singh inspiringly said, never put a limit to your dreams. Huwag ninyong tuldukan ang inyong kakayanan. Because just when you think you could no longer do it, God and the universe will readily prove otherwise. All you need is have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your loved ones. You will always be in their hearts, and they will always be with you. And have faith in God, especially when you are hopeless. Your journey would not have been this amazing, this perfect in its own way if you did not pray fervently. Because the truth is, our efforts alone are never enough. We always need God's guidance, providence, and wisdom. So there, these are my 10 nuggets of wisdom version 2.0. I do not claim to be the first to say these lessons. I only wanted to remind. After all, I will not serve as the bar chairperson again. But like the first set, I hope that long after you have left these halls, after each of you has gone your separate ways, that my words linger in your hearts, to be the torch you carry with you on dark days, the light to guide your path when you are lost and uncertain, and the compass that points you to your true north. Dear honorees, what a privilege and joy it has been. My team and I are so humbled, so inspired, and so proud to have been part of your journeys towards changing your life and fulfilling your dream of becoming lawyers. This is a once-in-a-lifetime gift that we will forever treasure. To show our appreciation, again, the Supreme Court has prepared simple tokens, which I remind you, don't forget, will be distributed to you during the oath-taking. Now, before we proceed to the petition for admission to the bar, I will always say this. I will always be proud to have been your bar mom. Ang dami kong anak. And to be the co-parent of your parents. For the last time, please accept my warmest congratulations. You have my love forever. And I will be your bar mom beyond this oath-taking, till eternity. We give credit where credit is due. It is my privilege to present all the men and women who have tirelessly worked and sacrificed their holidays to timely deliver your results. The brilliant and hardworking examiners of the 2025 bar examinations. I will no longer mention all their credentials. Not only have I mentioned them during the release of the results, their credentials are also in the souvenir program. As I call the subject, may I ask the examiners to please stand up for political and public international law. Retired Sandigan Presiding Justice Amparo Cabotahetang. RTC Judge Cleto Villacorta III. Attorney Blesilda Abad Gamo. Attorney Eduardo Natura Jr. For Commercial and Tax Laws, Retired Court of Tax Appeals Associate Justice Esperanza Fabon Victorino. RTC Quezon City Judge Cherry Chiara Hernando. Attorney Prudence Angelita Casala. Attorney Amado Tayag. Retired Supreme Court for Civil Law, Retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Estela Perlas Bernabe. Court of Appeals Associate Justice Ronaldo Roberto Martin. Attorney Carla Santa Maria Senia. Attorney Philbert Varona. For Labor and Social Legislations, Retired Court of Appeals Presiding Justice Mariflor Punzalan Castillo. She's excused today. Retired Court of Appeals Associate Justice Magdangal De Leon. Court of Appeals Associate Justice Gabriel Rubeniol. Retired Assistant Solicitor General Renan Ramos. For Criminal Law, Court of Appeals Associate Justice Maria Elisa Sempiodi. Sandigan Bayan Associate Justice Sarah Jane Fernandez. Assistant Solicitor General Marisa de la Cruz Galandines. Attorney Fe Tenco Besina Macalino. For Remedial Law, Legal and Judicial Ethics with Practical Exercises, Court of Appeals Associate Justice Mayra Garcia Fernandez. Judge Mayra Kiambao of RTC Muntinlupa City. RTC Manila, Judge Virgilio Macaraig. Attorney Edwin Carillo. Apart from these amazing individuals, I also acknowledge and extend my love and thanks to a special group of people for their invaluable counsel and assistance. Retired Chief Justice Teresita Leonardo de Castro. Court of Tax Appeals Presiding Justice Maria Belen Ringpis Liban. Court of Appeals Associate Justice Zenaida Galapate. Lagilles. Your husband is there. Associate Justice Geraldine Fiel Macaraig. Court of Tax Appeals Retired Presiding Justice Roman Del Rosario. Sandigan Bayan Associate Justice Maria Teresa Mendoza Arcega. Sandigan Bayan Associate Justice Carl Miranda. Court Administrator Maria Teresa Dolores Gomez Estoesta. Assistant Solicitor General Maria Antonia Edita Dizon. Dean Enrique de la Cruz. Dean Dr. Tony Lavinia. And Attorney Hector Danny Uy. Maraming salamat sa inyo. As part of this ceremony, I would also like to shine the spotlight on the individuals who garnered the 20 highest grades during the 2025 bar examinations. Please stand up to be recognized. Wala tayong top-notchers? Where are you? Yes? Thank you. Thank you for your applause. You may now sit down. I believe that this is also the opportune and only time to recognize the selfless women and men who volunteered for the 2025 bar examinations. Without their efforts and service from their 1:30 a.m. call time each bar day to their dismissal at 9 p.m., saludo kami sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa inyo. We owe the smooth and flawless operations of the bar examinations to the local core teams whose names will be flashed on screen and chosen as local testing centers, and endeavored to provide all the necessary equipment and facilities to cater to the bar examinations. University of Santo Tomas, represented by Dean Nilo Divina. Ateneo School of Law, represented by Dean Jose Maria Hofilenia. Manila Adventist College, represented by Dean Tranquil Herbacio S. Salvador III. New Era University, represented by Dean Wilson Legaspi. San Beda College, Alabang, represented by Dean Ulpiano Sarmiento III. San Beda University, represented by Dean Marciano Delson. University of the Philippines, BGC, represented by Dean Gwen Grecia de Vera. St. Louis University, represented by Dean Yasmin Lee Tadeo. University of Nueva Cáceres, represented by Dean Antonio Rivero. University of San Jose Recoletos, represented by Dean Jonathan Capanas. Dr. V. Orestes Romualdez Educational Foundation, represented by Associate Dean Cheryl Lopez Chu. Ateneo de Davao University, represented by Dean Manuel Kibol. Mindanao State University, represented by Dean Nurhabi bin Sond Barodi. Marami pong salamat. And please continue to indulge me, because this is also the only time I could publicly recognize the 1.5 years sacrifices, hard work, time, and efforts of my team who delivered over and beyond what was expected of them. I am so proud to share that on top of their duties in the bar examinations, they never once slacked off in our adjudicatory tasks. So please let me acknowledge each one of them, my best team ever. Attorney Maria Micaela Billones Vitud. Attorney Lloyd Daniel Javier. Attorney Mac Vincent Carl Niera. Attorney Clarice Angeline Valdez Questin. Attorney Eileen Grace Pizania Saludes. Attorney Marceline Caday Atitiu. Attorney Joshua Gawis Javier Atitiu. Attorney Jeff Kevin Carbonell. Attorney Justine Galandines. Attorney Shindy Lufer Casania. Maria Patricia Bolos. Attorney Maria Patricia Bolos. Attorney Cristel Shane Sigua. Attorney Jenica Feris Endaluz. Attorney Abelardo Hernandez. Attorney Edrea Jean Ramirez. Attorney Lloyd Nicolas Vergara. Attorney Lorenzo Tadeus Ruel Galandines. Attorney Patricia Benilda Ramos. Attorney Jeremiah Crisia Batalier. Attorney Patricia Custodio. Miss Lucia Argana. And Attorney Michelle Carla Manese. Finally, before my petition, certainly not the least, to the Office of Chief Justice Alexander G. Jesmundo, Office of Senior Associate Justice Marvic Leonen, Offices of the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court, Attorney Marife Lumibao Cuevas, Clerk of Court and Bank, the Office of the Administrative Services led by Attorney Maria Karina Matamu Kunanan, the Fiscal Management and Budget Office led by Attorney Marilyn De Hoya, the Office of the Bar Confidant led by Attorney Bettina Melchor, the Communications Office led by Attorney Michael Jobert Navalio, Office of the Spokesperson led by Attorney Camille Su May Ting, the Management Information Systems Office led by Attorney Jed Sherwin Uy, the Procurement Management Service led by Attorney Antonio Ocampo Jr., the Program Management Office led by Attorney Laura Del Rosario, the Office of the Judiciary Marshals led by Chief Marshal Manuel Garland, the Supreme Court Medical Services led by Dr. Elmer Ruñez. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Please pardon me if I miss to acknowledge a name or two. But you know who you are. The success of the 2025 bar examinations would not have been possible were it not for all your help and all your support from beginning to end. Malaki po ang utang na loob namin sa inyo at papalakpakan ko kayo. Maraming salamat. Of course, for allowing us to use the biggest venue in the Philippines, the Philippine Arena. We extend our gratitude to the Iglesia ni Cristo, led by Executive Minister Eduardo Manalo. And to the management of the Philippine Arena, represented by Attorney Bong Chodoro. Maraming salamat po. At muli, Attorney Marife Lumibaw Cuevas. Ikaw ang aming anghel. Hindi ka napagod sa pagtulong sa amin, lalo na sa pakikipag-ugnayan sa New Era University at sa Philippine Arena. Laging may ngiti ang iyong mga labi. Kaya naman mahirap kang kalimutan. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Attorney Marife, at mahal na mahal ka namin. Now, let me proceed to the presentation of the successful bar examinees and the petition for admission to the Philippine Bar. May it please the Honorable Court. I, as chairperson of the 2025 bar examinations, have the honor to present to the Honorable Supreme Court of the Philippines the 5,572 successful bar examinees whose names appear on the list certified by the bar confidant. Pursuant to sections 17, 18, and 19 of Rule 138 of the Rules of Court, and the applicable resolutions of the Supreme Court, I respectfully petition the Honorable Chief Justice Alexander G. Jesmundo and my esteemed colleagues in the Supreme Court of the Philippines to admit these successful bar examinees into the legal profession as members of the Philippine Bar, with all the corresponding distinctions, responsibilities, and privileges. I further respectfully petition that their oath as lawyers be accordingly administered and their names entered into the roll of attorneys of the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Thank you, Your Honors.
Is there any objection from the members of the court? Baka mayroong objection. There being none, the court hereby grants the petition for admission to the bar of the successful 2025 bar examinees. Madam Clerk of Court, please administer the oath.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I request all the successful 2025 bar examinees, together with your parents and loved ones seated beside you, to please stand. Only the inductees shall raise their right hand as I administer the lawyer's oath. To the inductees, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I accept the honor, privilege, duty, and responsibility of practicing law in the Philippines as an officer of the court in the interest of our people. I declare fealty to the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. In doing so, I shall work towards promoting the rule of law and the regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, I shall conscientiously and courageously work for justice as well as safeguard the rights and meaningful freedoms of all persons, identities, and communities. I shall ensure greater and equitable access to justice. I shall do no falsehood, nor shall I pervert the law to unjustly favor nor prejudice anyone. I shall faithfully discharge these duties and responsibilities to the best of my ability, with integrity and utmost civility. I impose all this upon myself without mental reservation nor purpose of evasion. So help me God. Let us all give our new lawyers a warm round of applause.
We will give you 3 minutes to take your photo to savor the moment. Please remember not to use your flash when taking photos, and please stay in your seats.
Again, congratulations and welcome to the legal profession. You may now take your seats. To deliver his inspirational message to our new lawyers, let us all welcome the chairperson of the 2026 Awesome Bar Examinations, the Honorable Associate Justice Samuel H. Gerlan.
Chief Justice Alexander Hesmundo, Senior Associate Justice Marvic M.V.F. Leonen, Associate Justice Ami Lazaro Javier, the 2025 Bar Chairperson, my esteemed colleagues, deans and examiners, distinguished guests, court officials and personnel, the inductees and their loved ones, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. To the inductees, look around you. Look at the faces of your fellow inductees. Against all odds, under immense pressure, through every hesitation, past every obstacle, you made it. You've all made it. My warmest congratulations to you, our dearest new attorneys. Today, we honor the road that brought you here. Some of you balanced jobs and classes. Some of you mourn loved ones along the way. Some of you face financial difficulty, illness, doubt so deep that you almost gave up. Some of you were told you were not good enough, smart enough, strong enough. For most of you, this came after one attempt. For others, several. For some, it cost decades of rising every fall, even when the world seemed to tell them to stop. Yet you are here. You survived. You persevered. You conquered. Do not forget the price you had to pay in sweat, tears, and time for the fulfillment of a dream. Look at the faces beside you. Your success is not yours alone. You are here because someone believed in you before you believe in yourself. Parents work under their hands bled so you could chase your dreams. The partner who patiently walked this journey with you step by step. The child who grew up watching you strive for this dream. The sibling who cheered for you from the sidelines. The professor who saw potential you could barely see. The friend who said, "Keep going," when you wanted to quit. And even the stranger who showed you unexpected kindness on your difficult days. They carried you. Now it's your turn. Be the lawyer you can be proud of. Honor them, not just with words, but with the life you build, the justice you serve, and the person you become. It is your turn to be that someone for others. There are people out there waiting for someone who will not turn away, waiting for someone who will stay when everyone else has walked away. When the case seems hopeless, when the challenge seems insurmountable, waiting for someone brave enough to stand between them and injustice, to be their voice when they cannot speak, to be their shield when they have no others to defend, waiting for someone who will protect what others have abandoned, their innocence, their dignity, their right to be heard. That someone is you. The hardest part is not behind you. It is ahead of you. If the bar examinations tested your competence, the practice of law will test your character. In the courtrooms, during negotiations, in the quiet moments when no one is watching, you will face choices that no law fully addresses and no jurisprudence completely guides. It is in these moments that you will determine what kind of lawyer and ultimately what kind of person you truly want to be. The great lawyers whose names fill our law books and enrich the annals of our history, they started exactly where you are standing now. Their stories were once unwritten. Their legacies were uncertain. What made them great was not brilliance alone, but choice. The choice to serve, the choice to stand firm, the choice to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. Your story is not finished. The ink is still wet. The pages ahead are blank. So what will you write there? The answer rests with you. As you sign your name in the roll of attorneys later, sign it with the weight of this truth. You are no longer a student of law. You are now an instrument of justice. The oath you took is sacred. The title you now bear is a trust. The profession you enter is not a mere career, it is a calling. The Philippine Bar gains today not merely new lawyers, but new champions of justice, new defenders of rights, new servants of the people. May you prove worthy of this honor every single day. As you live this ceremony, carry with you not just your pride in your achievement, but humility before the responsibility you assume. Let faith in our Constitution, in the rule of law, in the Filipino people guide you. Let excellence in service, anchored in integrity and ethics, be your standard. Let the pursuit of justice, tempered with compassion and grounded in truth, be your foundation. Your story begins now. Make it a story of justice. Make it a story of service. Make it a story worthy of every hardship you endured, every sacrifice you made, every tear you shed, every instance you refuse to give up. Make it a story that changes lives, because that is what we do. That is who we are. That is what it means to be a lawyer in this country. Again, congratulations at mabuhay kayong lahat.
Thank you for the inspirational message, Justice Garland. Throughout the bar journey of our new lawyers, their parents have been their steady anchor in every storm. The light that never flickers, no matter how hard the wind blows. The song, Awit ng Anak, is a fitting tribute to all the parents and guardians of our new lawyers, as well as to all the parents who are here today. Let us now listen to the INC Sanctuary Choir, accompanied on the piano by the song's composer, Mr. Ernie Magtuto. Once again, the INC Sanctuary Choir with Mr. Ernie Magtuto. Another round of applause, please. As a surprise gift to our new lawyers, the SCPIO Communications Office has prepared a video highlighting their bar journey. From the examinations and release of results to today's oath-taking. Let us now watch the video presentation.
We are here together for a purpose greater than ourselves. The pressure of the bar comes once in a lifetime.
While I was reviewing for the bar, I was also working.
It was tough and lonely.
The way I answered the bar questions, I was really relying to the instinct, to God.
Yung finding time to study is so tough.
I had to miss a lot of family events.
I was waiting for my name na Mandar, pero ang nakita ko po is another surname na letter A din. Pagka ganun ko po kasi parang puro lens na po ng media. So, yun po, napaiyak. I was with my colleagues, my partner, my friends.
Being in that courtyard, seeing my name, surrounded by my parents, by my family, it was at the very a sigh of relief.
All the sacrifices, sleepless nights, biglang automatic nawala lahat yun.
I am so happy, so elated, and I hope to serve justice more, especially in the Supreme Court.
I felt surreal when I first saw my name. Sabi ko, ha, totoo ba to?
Yung feeling is parang na-release ka eh. I'm so happy, not for myself but for my family. And of course, sobrang grateful and thankful ako kay Lord. So yun po. Thank you. Congratulations po.
Yung mama niya.
Paano mo kayo? Ano po ba? Talaga ako ya?
Nakakatawa yun, no? Hello, Gahol. Gilbert Gahol from MLQU.
Ano oras ka dumating dito?
Hindi, kanina lang.
Kanina lang.
Ako.
Tapos?
Nakita ko lang habang pinapanood kayo.
At the moment, ano pong nararamdaman ko?
Nanginginig. Nanginginig ako kasi pinapanood ko lang kayo kanina. Katabi mo nga ako eh. Oo, habang in-interview yung kanina. Ayun.
Congrats po.
Maraming salamat.
With each question, I really prayed hard for discernment and wisdom that the Lord will guide me in helping you fulfill your lifelong dream of becoming lawyers. My bar babies, the moment is almost here. Today will mark the fulfillment of your dreams. And the answered prayers of the village it took to raise you as lawyers. Truly, nothing fills me more with joy than sharing this momentous, highly anticipated, and very important day with no less than with you. All your hard work, your perseverance, and your spirit. You have made me the proudest bar mom I could ever be.
I love you, babies.
Our bar mom, Justice Amy Lazaro Javier.
Without you, without your constant assurance, without your guidance, we would not be here with you.
Thank you for instilling in us yung faith over fear.
Your voice is like a voice of an angel na every time nakaiyak.
I want my babies to keep fighting till the end and win this challenge.
Thank you for guiding us every step of the way.
To make us move forward, to reach that goal, to become a lawyer po.
Sobrang thankful talaga ako na si Justice Amy yung bar chair namin and kay Justice Amy ako nakapasa.
Thank you for trusting me for delivering a just bar.
will always be your bar mom, even beyond the bar.
Please rise for the singing of the Philippine Judiciary Hymn, to be led by the Supreme Court Choir. Please be seated.
Madam Clerk of Court, are there any other matters in the agenda?
Your Honor, there are no other matters to be taken up in today's special unbanked session.
There being no other matters, the Court hereby adjourns its special and bank session.
All please rise. Please remain standing and maintain your decorum while the Honorable Chief Justice, the Senior Associate Justice, and the Associate Justices leave the session hall.